Hey guys, Reaper is coming out next week, November 16th, actually a little less than a week. And I just wanted to make this video to talk about the Reaper class and what my plans are. This is my Reaper character. I've already made her. I put the previous Power Pass on, but if you hadn't done that or you don't have a Power Pass, you don't need to worry because the Reaper release is coming with a Power Pass and an Express event that will get your Reaper up to 1445. You don't have to use it on a Reaper, so if you aren't interested in making a Reaper, or you want to make an Arcana, or another class, you can use that Express event on whichever character to make their journey to 1445 a lot easier. With that said, I wanted to talk briefly about just a few things in general about the Reaper that I'm looking forward to. We talked briefly about choosing Thirst or Hunger or Moon or Lunar Voice. At this point, I'm still relatively undecided. Make a long story short, Moon is probably going to be more interesting to me just because of how janky it is. Even though I think Thirst is just better. I think Thirst is a better engraving. My biggest concern with Thirst is that the rotation is probably going to be too simple and it's going to be a little bit too muscle memory for me. That being said, I want to try both of them and I want to show you guys a little bit of my Reaper prep. So we can go over the materials in a bit, but I've collected accessories for both the specs, okay? And there's something to talk about here. For Thirst Reaper, you want to go some combination of swiftness and specialization. And so I have a really good necklace here for my Thirst Reaper. And it's going to be centered around Ambush, Master, Adrenaline, Raid Captain, and then a little bit of Grudge. I'm going to be using the plus 12 Grudge book. And then I'm probably going to be using a plus 9 Thirst book. So for both of these, I've gotten 3 accessories. The 2 that are missing are the rings. And the nice thing about Thirst Reaper is because you have a range of values that you can go for swiftness and specialization, because Reapers are only just entering into the game and not many people are going to be rolling on Reaper accessories, it's going to be really hard to get your class engraving accessories here. And in order to max out your class engraving, you're going to need to have, you're probably going to be at plus 9 because the legendary books for your class engraving are also not available, which means that you're going to need at least 2 legendary accessories, right? And so the plan for Thirst is if there is a Thirst accessory that has swiftness and plus 3 of the class engraving on it, that could be used. And then if it has specialization and plus 3 of the class engraving, that could also be used. So those are 2 really good choices added on top of this accessory. And then I'm going to have to roll a bunch of ability stones on the day, which is going to be insanity. And then on the bottom, I have my Lunar Voice accessory set. So this is Spec Crit. And so I have a Spec Crit necklace. And then I have specialization accessories here. I'm trying to get really high quality on these things, especially for Lunar Voice. My understanding is you really want as much specialization as possible to make sure that your meter generation is really good, most importantly, and then it helps with the damage a lot. And likewise, the 2 rings are missing. Now, there are some ways that this could go really south. For example, if I get a earring or I don't know what would have to happen for this to be true, a necklace that's really good with the class engraving on it, then obviously this accessory is not going to be that useful. Maybe I can resell it, but that's going to be pretty disastrous. Hopefully, we can look at the marketplace, get some rings, and if the rings drop for us, that'll be really good. So we're looking for specialization and the class engraving for the rings in this case, and there isn't much wiggle room for me for Lunar Voice. So maybe purely off of that, I might be starting on Thirst just because it'll be hard to build up the Lunar Voice accessory set in short time. We'll see. I want to try both Thirst and Lunar Voice and just see how it feels. I think one of the things that would dissuade me from going Lunar Voice is if I feel like it's not worth it enough for the hassle and for the amount of commitment that you have to put into it. So, for example, if the payoff isn't good enough, even though Lunar Voice might be fun to play because of its movement skills and stuff like that, I think it's a thin line that you ride between the class just being not that great and feeling really janky in terms of output, and it just being a technical class that's more difficult to play. It just doesn't put up the numbers that make me feel like I'm having fun, because despite everything else, at the end of the day, for me, doing damage is really fun. So that's one of the things that I'm watching out for. But that's about accessories. Let's take a look at some of the materials. So this is about what I have gathered. There's some stuff from our Arcana here. So I just randomly rolled a level 8 gem with 4 of a kind, which is great. But I've collected about this amount of stones. I really feel like I don't have enough destruction stones for whatever reason. I have a few here, and I do have these pouches I can open. And I do have these pouches I can open. And I also have everything in my Lost Ark pass. I haven't accepted any rewards on my Lost Ark pass so far. And then a bunch of level 6 gems that I'm going to roll into level 7 gems. But I'm also wondering how much of my gold I should be spending on gems, maybe at like level 8 or 9 or something like that. I don't really know what my plan is for going past level 7 gems. I don't know when I want to make the leap into level 10 gems, for example, because it seems like a lot of gold. Right now, I have a good amount of level 6 gems, and then maybe I'm just going to buy a bunch more to have that buffer. And maybe I should buy them now before they start getting bought up en masse. One of the things that I'm super concerned about is tripods. Because of the new tripod system, we don't have the inventory. Everybody's going to be eating those tripods for random rolls, and there's not going to be a lot on the marketplace. And so it's going to take a long time to get tripods of somewhat mediocre quality, right? So we're thinking about tripods that are even maybe +2s, +3s, right? We're basically relying on, first of all, your personal Reaper runs to get those tripod pieces, and then just the general communities runs of however many Reapers there are, because that's the only way the tripod pieces will drop. And it's going to feel really bad if you're constantly failing on max level tripods because you can't put them in. All the tripods for Reaper's red skills are really, really good. They give you a lot of damage, so you're going to want to grow those as much as you can. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get those very comfortably. Pardon me, I just noticed. I'm just going to move some stuff here. Much better. So tripods are going to be a big issue, but I think for my Arcana, if I remember, it took about a month or so for my Arcana to get really well situated, to get the tripods really squared away super comfortably. There were a few tripods on the ruin skills that I still needed to pick up. And then the gems were looking really good, and the relic set was looking really good. It was about like 3 weeks to 4 weeks where I felt like my Arcana was really starting to output numbers that I think was befitting of the gear level, of the uptime that I was putting into it. So there's that. Oh, also to add on, there's like these books here. I have more books in treasure chests I've been saving from my weekly Abyss and Challenge Guardian raid stuff. So we have a bunch more boxes to open. So I have quite a lot for my Reaper. We'll see how far it gets on the day. Which reminds me, there's going to be a bunch of streams that I have planned that I'd love for you guys to join in and watch on this channel on YouTube. I stream on YouTube right now. I'm trying to see how that goes. So if you guys want to follow along with the Reaper journey, if you're at work or if you're just interested or curious, or you just kind of want to follow along for whatever reason, I'm going to be streaming the Reaper from the Power Pass, gearing it up, doing the Abyss, doing Argos, probably getting a bus, I'm not sure. And then we're going to be in Trixion, testing out a bunch of things, getting the accessories, making the stones, and that whole journey. Also, on the day, I want to do some events for you guys, help you guys if you guys are making Reapers get through the Abyss dungeons and Argoses. So it's a little bit complicated. The Abyss dungeons are going to be a little bit simple. I think I could probably pull, at least with my Deathblade or my Arcana and my Soul Fist, I think these 3 can probably do it. I can probably pull 3 Reapers through Abyss dungeons 3 times. Maybe a 4th if my Gunslinger can do it. I'm not sure. But if you guys are interested, we'll just keep it simple for now. Just first come, first serve on the day. And then we'll see how many people are interested in going on runs. Then I can bring some Reapers through to get their first Abyss dungeon clears. And then maybe we can do 1 or 2 Argoses. But I think I'm going to need the help of at least one other person in those runs. So if somebody wants to help out on those runs, let me know. We're playing on North America West, so if you're on a different server, unfortunately, I can't help as much. But that's something to look forward to, okay? So tune into the stream for Abyss and Argos raids for your Reapers. There's only a few slots I can do because of my account, but I think that'll be really fun. The other thing that I want to say, Reaper character creation, I want to see your Reapers. So here's my Reaper character, and I want to see what you guys came up with for your Reaper character creation. So if you have any super creative ideas, I have a Discord now that I'm going to put the link to. You guys can join that Discord for general Lost Ark discussion, for participating in events like what we're going to do on the day of the Reaper release, and also you can submit your Reaper character creation there. I'll make a post about it. I wanted to see what you guys did with your Reaper character creation because I want to see what your guys' creative ideas were and maybe learn some things on my own. But this is my Reaper character. I tried to make it fairly simple. I wanted to make the character a little bit like brighter. A snowy concept was what I was thinking of. So it's fairly simple. Unlike my Arcana is really colorful and really bright. But the Reaper is a little bit more measured, you know? I really tried to get like the blush correct and kind of like the lip color correct. So that was something that I was really focused on. But I think she looks pretty cool. Here she is in some different outfits. If we get enough people to submit their Reaper characters, then maybe we can do a video about it, do like a fashion show video or something. I think that might be really cool. So if you guys are interested, join my Discord. The link is going to be in the description. And I think that would be super fun. So in summary, next week there's going to be a lot of exciting things happening with the Reaper stream. Come tune in if you guys want to join. Again, it's just in this YouTube channel. Also, I'm going to see if you guys are interested in, if you're on NA West, in having your Reapers get brought through some Abyss and Argos runs. I don't know how many people will be interested in that. So we're going to use the Discord to kind of like gauge interest, and then maybe on the day, we'll just do it very casually, try to see if we can do some kind of like group, and then have a first come first serve. So if you guys need to get your Reapers past that 1370 barrier, I can help a few of your Reapers do that. And then send me your Reaper character creation results. Show off your Reaper fashion. And also let me know what kind of outfits and stuff you guys considered, because that's always a fun part of Lost Ark. With that, there's also going to be Arcana streams. The Arcana update is going to be pretty big, so I'm going to be in Trixian testing out some rotations and kind of feeling out the new rotation. I'm also going to be replacing my Arcana's engraving set with a Raid Captain set, and the accessories are going to have much better specialization, so that's actually like a big buff to my Arcana on top of the patch. So I'm excited to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching the videos, and I appreciate all your guys' support. So I'll see you next week.